Hi, my name is Chris Harrison, and I wanted to share a story with you about God's provision. In the last 5.5 years, my husband was in seminary, and I have many stories of how God helped us through that, but I wanted to go back and tell you a story about 14 years ago. When my son was born, we downsized our home so that I could stay home with them, but money was still tight. At the end of summer, I had been putting off calling the heating and air conditioning people for an annual checkup, but went ahead and did it. They came out and they found that all summer that our air conditioning unit had been, the condensation had been going into the furnace. So the furnace was full of water and both units needed to be replaced. Well, when I found this out, I was just distraught. And then there was one day while Nicholas was sleeping and I was doing the dishes that I was just wallowing in self-pity over our financial situation, just fear, frustration, and I was doing the dishes and I heard, "Go play piano." And I thought, well, that's weird. Why would I go play piano? I've got to figure this out, and I've got to do the dishes, and there's other things that I need to do. So I kept doing the dishes, and just a few seconds later, I heard, "Go play piano." So this time, I decided to give in to that, and I went downstairs, and I grabbed the first piano book, opened it up, and started playing, and the song was "My Tribute." Well, "My Tribute" is a family song. We love it, and the book that I opened didn't have any words in it. So I tossed that book, and I went to find the original Andraé Crouch book that my dad had given me. And I pulled it out and started playing and singing "My Tribute." Well, the song has words. It starts out with, "How can I say thanks for the things that you have done for me?" And immediately when those words came out of my mouth, I just felt rebellious and angry, and why would I even say I'm thankful with my life just swirling around me? So I slammed the book shut and opened up to the first song in there. And that song, as I started to play and sing, the words were, "I just want to take a little time and thank you, Lord." And when those came out of my mouth, I just started crying, just in reaction to my rebelliousness that I noticed, and knew that I wasn't trusting in God. It was fear that was taking its place. And as I was crying, the phone rang, and I went upstairs, and it was my mother-in-law. And she said, "I just put a check in the mail for you all to cover your air conditioning and furnace." Well, then when I got off the phone, of course, I just completely broke down and cried. And just the realization that God was telling me all along to trust Him, and He was trying to tell me to thank Him before I even knew that I had something to thank Him for. But that's what He calls us to do, to trust Him. He will, instead of fearing Him, and trust Him for His ways and in His timing, because God is good all the time.